Good afternoon, folks. I'm the voice of Dog. This is Murders on the Yangtze River. Shit. Shit. Which one is it? These timestamps are not helpful. 29:50. Oh. Wait, is it it's supposed to be noon 30? I'll take the autosave. Second to the left is probably the latest. You're right, but this will put me like right before where I was, so I might get a little recap. Oh. This is in the middle of that case, huh? Alright, so we're fast forwarding through this. There was a dispute over who was responsible for writing Lo Pei's works. That's why he was murdered, and that's why his editor was murdered. Lo Pei is good at writing characters. Lo Shiwen is only good at writing mysteries. Ms. Liu was going to expose Lo Pei. Really? I don't think I really got that part. Okay. Yeah, maybe we're just trying to get him to admit it. Yeah, you didn't want to see everything get ruined by a drug addict, did you? You definitely have a bit of a bias. Lo Shiwen has an opium problem and has been trying to get off of it. I don't think you really get that stuff in prison, though. Yeah, too bad he got murdered the exact same night by Lo Shiwen. The crumbs from the rice cakes were to implicate Lo Shiwen. They were not actually part of the case. Yep. There is a skip button, but nothing is letting me skip. Alright, fine. We'll see it all over again. Yep.
你不得不再次进入现场，烧血衣，点炭。
好你个马大伟，你到
撒下的一个谎，都是一阵第7章，第1行。
Ah, shit. Sorry. It's hard for me to move around right now. All right, let's go. Come on. Didn't I see this already, too? All right. Maybe I can load something a little quicker here. Because this is way far back. Yeah, I definitely need to... Okay. This is where I was. And I can check. Yeah, I've got the string, the thread. Ah, fanaticism. Yeah, this is what it ended with. Love and fanaticism. Okay. Mm-hmm. There you go. There's your murder evidence. You're welcome, by the way. Maybe you should get better guards. I don't actually know, Derperles. I'm very clueless for history. I have no clue about history. Where are we? Don't know. 15th century? What's that? I learn as I go. That's right, we have an auto. Yeah, I think we should. I think when we hit chapter 3, I can change my clothes, because it wouldn't let me do it at the end of the last stream. Opisthotonus. Opisthotonus? A poison. Ugh. You just curl up in a ball? Okay, why are we talking about this? Oh, it's strychnine! Okay, yeah, I know that shit. How did we get onto this topic of conversation? May I consult you about a question regarding the posture of a corpse? Ah, we're talking about the case. the case. The thing I don't know a whole lot about, right, just yet. They've been very light on details about the case that Shen is interested in.
待我找认识的老仵作们探讨探讨，再答复你吧。
多谢吴大娘。
大人，刚才俺在码头遇到一船夫，好像在找沈先生。
先生，王叔来接我们了。既如此，
Are we moving on then?
上路吧。马捕头关在另一处牢中，本官还打算跟他再聊一聊。
张大人，咱们就此别过。
All right, well.
小兄弟，嘿嘿嘿，你
可现在我不想成为龙王。
这本新法罗先生
New Tales of Mr. Braggadocio.
还有这本
新石头记还跟格致学有关？
小兄弟有所不知，这可是一本理想小说。它讲的是贾宝玉在辛丑年复活后，乘潜水艇环游地球的故事。
我要读。
Nope, no time. What's up?
铁匠大哥，案子已经查清了。听说了。多亏了你的制器谱，我们才得以让马捕头伏法。有用就好。
Yeah, that was a pretty key piece of evidence.
阿福，你在找什么？哎，高老板的铺子怎么不见了？
Oh yeah, there was something missing, isn't there?
好吧，本来还想带一笼包子上路。
Did we ever get a name for this town? I don't think we did.
哎呀，你们可算来了！
对不起啊，王叔，我们遇上案子耽搁了。
Sorry, got accused of murder.
不会是这样，先快上船吧。开船了，站稳喽！
I get why the boatman would be standing, but shouldn't we be, like, sitting for stability? Shen? No? Oh, is this our title card? Really? On these craft, huh? Oh wow, that's a real steamboat, huh? Steam ship, I guess.
装上这个飞轮，船就能继续行驶。
你呀，和你父亲真是一个性子，做起实验来什么都顾不上。
哎，那他也烧过发电机吗？
他烧过的东西可比发电机大多了。回头有时间我再给你细讲。眼下先把这飞轮给换上。
好。
Ah. Here's our cork board.
真是漫长的一天啊！
的确，接连发生了2起命案。
先生也忙了一天了，快去休息一下吧。
不急，我需要做一下案件记录。你也一宿没睡，不去休息一下吗？
哈大哥帮我做了一个发条，我要装进我的发明里。
又有什么新发明？
保密。等我做出来，先生就知道了。
可别再把发电机弄坏了。
Don't burn anything down.
放心，这次我会注意电压的。
Turn up the voice. Yeah, let's see if I can do that. Looks like everything's maximum, so I can turn down the music a bit.
Sensei, 船长已经调转船头，往扬州方向去了。
Voice is a bit quiet. I can turn up the overall game.
咱们去趟京子书局。
That might be a bit
希望在
better.
那里能有所发现。
先生，要不你再给我讲讲那桩案子吧，我帮你一起想。
好，正好我打算把案件从头梳理一遍。
先生，罗佩小说中的作案细节，真的与这桩案子一模一样？
是的，事情要从3年前。
All right, here we go. 3 years ago, the incident.
3年前，我在波士顿学习法。
Oh, we were in Boston.
同年8月，我收到哥哥的好友约瑟发来的消息。哥哥在
Oh, no, no
公
problem.
寓
I don't mind
中
audio. We gotta get the audio right for
我
the
决定
audience.
前往伦敦
That's normal.
查明真相。
So we went from Boston to London. Your brother was killed. I'm a bit louder than the voice. I should be.
Hello, may I ask if this is Officer Jones?
Ah.
Ye are?
I am John Shen.
Oh,
brother
reduce
of Ryan
mine.
Shen.
Well, let's see. How would I do that?
My close friend Brian Shen's younger brother, John Shen, is about to arrive in London.
Okay.
Please guide him to inspect
How's my voice
the
now?
scene.
Or is it louder?
His access to
Honestly, I
case
can't
files.
tell. Because I don't know what I had of that.
Joseph is scared.
Yeah, that should be alright.
Harriet Bell. Since it's Joseph's request, I'll surely coordinate with you.
Okay.
I'm Cody Jones, investigating your brother's case. Just call me Jones.
Thank you for your help.
Speaking of which, your brother's suicide scene looks rather eerie.
You say?
You sure you want to step in?
I'm sure.
All right, after checking the scene, come away to the office. We'll sort out some paperwork.
Oots.
Say, we can wrap up the case then.
You guys again? How many times you come without invite? Is police station 2 free? Or whole London only has case in my place?
Mrs. Cheng, sorry for not giving you a heads up today.
Rather important person, huh? Move aside. 像像像，两兄弟长得真像。
Yeah, you already know.
弟弟比哥哥还要俊俏些。
郑阿姨，哥哥之前寄给我的书信中，经常提起您对他的照顾。
你哥是个好男儿，志向远大，才华横溢，没想到发生了这样的事儿。
Mrs. Cheng, can we first?
Take off shoes first. Don't dirty my carpet. Keep windows shut. Bad energy if opened.
Yep.
Every time you come, my house a mess. My medicine on stove. Knock it over. See what happens.
Nay, bother. Dinna fash yourself. We didn't mean to intrude overmuch. Theoretically speaking, this should be,
Last trip? That's not what the signs say. You foreigners, you will have more visits. All right. Stick close to your esteemed guest.
Esteemed guest?
Without him, you break my vase today. Compensate me. It's cloisonné. Expensive.
Ma'am?
Vase?
Oh. Whoa.
See, I told you.
Oh, so this lady is like special. Okay, yeah.
是他的工作室，
Okay.
命案就发生在这里。他经常把自己锁在屋里面搞研究，我也不懂他在研究些什么。
Well, yeah, so we're in London. Ishkabibble, we're doing a flashback. We're flashing back 3 years to the big case that this game is about, so you're just in time. Apparently, Shen's brother, quote-unquote, committed suicide. I think that's what we're getting at. But I don't think that's the case, and I think we're going to start investigating that real soon.
有劳郑阿姨了。
小伙子，你慢慢看啊。
You walk careful. Don't break my things again.
I really hope this is the last time I'm stepping in here.
Officer Jones, could you please tell me about the situation at the time?
Of course.
Right. The book. The reason why we came to that village in the first place.
5, we got a telegraph saying there's been a murder in this room.
Uh-huh.
We went upstairs to check. Found the door locked from the inside. Had to break the lock open. What's inside? We saw the victim lying in a rather eerie pose on the chair.
That is unusual.
A dagger plunged into his chest. His expression was awfully strange. A lot of pain. But half his face seems to be smiling.
What kind of dagger is it? Is there anything special about it?
Nothing remarkable in appearance. Light in weight, but razor sharp.
What is the current direction of the police investigation? Have you identified any suspects yet?
I thought Joseph had already filled you in on this. Well, Mr. Shen, based on the evidence gathered so far, the police have come to the conclusion your brother took his own life.
Suicide? Impossible. My brother would never kill himself.
The room was sealed off at the time of the incident. All door and windows were locked from inside. The only key was in your brother's own hand. Not just that, but the weapon only had his own fingerprints on it as well. Again, it's hard to accept. My condolences.
Well, time to get looking. Wooden door with a round... Oops. We gotta turn auto off for the investigation parts, don't we? Doorknob was locked. Fry the inside. So we had to force the door open. Let me take one more look at that. The latch was damaged. Yeah. Let's not leave the room yet. How about the person who filed the report? Who's the reporter? An anonymous telegram. A homicide occurred at 79 Prilly Street. Huh. Does sound somewhat illogical. This room is locked and it's a suicide. How could anyone know a homicide occurred here? Yeah, you're sharp, but the curtain of the window was not closed at the time. Oh, it was not closed, so it was open. You should just say it's open. It's likely that someone from the opposite building saw the body through the window. Had the police questioned the results of the building opposite? Anything we can think of, we had already considered. Onto the building to look for eyewitnesses took up my entire week. It's hard to identify potential witnesses with the busy restaurant on the 3rd floor. Well, officer, please. We're I guess that means that we're gonna have to investigate that. You and Joseph are both at the Kensington division, right? Joseph was my superior just half a month ago. Over 2 weeks ago, he got a transfer order and was set to be moved to Shanghai. Was Joseph in charge of my brother's case before? Case is in the hands of the new detective sergeant. Not an easy person to deal with. You'll witness it yourself. Don't we need to rule out the possibility of a homicide? Of course. We looked into all the suspicious individuals. Is Chang the only person there in the flat that day? Stone Wu, your brother's classmate, had a good relationship with him, but had a big row of 4. Toby Chang, your brother's classmate, had a competitive relationship with him. The sender of the telegram, Mr. Bell, your brother's research project sponsor. All have alibis at the time of the incident. Alright, that's about it. That's about all I'm going to get out of you. Was my brother sitting in this chair at the time of death? Strictly speaking, he was not sitting in the chair, but leaning on it in a very peculiar posture. His head and lower limbs were bent downwards, while his body arches upwards like a bow. No definitive answer. Ruling out that he got massive fright or pain reaction at the very moment of his passing. Mr. Shen? Drops of blood on the floor as well as on the edges of the chair, which have already coagulated. There were no blood stains in the room except near the chair. How were the blood stains distributed on my brother's clothes at that time? A bit of blood stains on the clothing near the dagger, but aside from that, there was no clear flow direction. Not to the left, right, nor up, nor down. You couldn't tell which way it was going? If my brother's body was contorted when he was killed, how was he leaning on the chair? Let me draw a wee sketch for you. Here's how your brother died. I'm drawing the X's in the eyes for emphasis. Alright. Alright, I'm over it now. I'm over it. The victim's body and the chair found a fine equilibrium. A delicate balance. I guess so. It seems like a really weird balancing act they did here. Like, why go to all the trouble to do this? This seems very elaborate. I'm not sure if that was a coincidence. Yeah, really. Alright, so he was holding the key to the room. We took it as evidence in our investigation. This is the sole key to the room. We discovered it gripped in Brian's left hand. Only your brother's fingerprints on the key. Okay, okay. Is this something? What is this? An unburned scrap of paper seemingly made of oiled paper. Oh, is there some kind of fire trick going on here? Are there other burn marks? It seems that there was some writing on it, but it is impossible to recognize it. Something was burned. During the murder? Okay, let's keep looking. Is this more of it down here? Many scattered paper ashes around the chair. Yeah. Quite a few paper ashes on your brother's body, so something did burn. You burned paper during ancestral worship ceremonies? Do you reckon this has any connection to your brother's passing? August 15th, according to your calendar, is a special holiday. That day was the Ghost Festival and also the anniversary of my father's death. So you're suggesting on that day your brother was performing ancestral worship for your father. It's not possible. Our relationship with our father was not good, and we have never done such a thing before. Is that one of those... an asbestos mesh with burn marks on it? Are you cooking something? The corner of the asbestos mesh is tied with wire and the middle part has been replaced with... wax? Asbestos mesh is a common tool in labs. Yeah. Well, this is part of the trick. There's one more blood mark here. I wonder if that's significant? Legs. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Delicate balance. Is there something I'm missing? I checked these bloodstains. Sorry. The paper, the key, the ashes, the wire. There's one more thing. Wait a minute. Deep claw marks on the chair legs with slight traces of blood on them. Bingo. That's important. Can we take a look at the other side of the chair, too? I bet there's more marks on that side. A beam of light shines through the skylight directly onto the chair where the murder occurred. That's also kind of interesting. Actually, that's extremely interesting. And it's got a latch so it can be opened. The skylight window frame shows scorch marks, and the marks appear to be fresh. You can tell that from all the way down here? Those are scorch marks. It's unclear what caused them. This is unrelated to the case. How can you tell? Skylight is very high, and without a ladder, there's no way one can reach it. This Chang's house doesn't have that. Besides, we've investigated the skylight, and it's locked from the inside of the house. Oos. Thick dust in the glass. No signs of being touched or tampered with. Oh shit, there's dust on it. But where are those scorch marks then? Scorch marks were made before the incident. Alright, we're gonna have to disprove that. This is your brother's studio, and the marks on the window is likely caused by his experiments. Dream interpretation. Yeah. Okay. That one could be in the middle. Okay, those two line up. Those line up. Okay, I see. Now I just gotta shift it all over. Flicked from a fountain pen. A break in the middle of the stain, as if one book is missing. Nah. Could it be that the killer took the book? Seems difficult to confirm the book was missing then, or if it had been gone a while. You need to trust the police. Gotta trust the police. 7 candles arranged on the ground in the shape of the Big Dipper. I thought that was kind of familiar. Each candle is securely fixed to the floor with wax by someone. Some kind of mysterious Eastern ritual. Oh no, yeah, no, we should kick cops in the nuts. It's fine. I mean, we've already had a cop try to frame us for murder, so.
你还能找到北斗七星吗？
就在那里。
而顺着勺口的方向看去，
就能找到北极星。
北极星是天空中唯一不动的星，它会一直待在北天际，因此出远门的人会用它来指引方向。无论离家多远，只要找到北极星，就能找到回家的方向。
This guy could be Dick Gumshoe for all we know. He could be a good dude. We don't know him yet. As for now, though, he seems to be very unhelpful. Near the desk. Wait, how do you figure? Since the candles are arranged in the shape of the Big Dipper, the position of Polaris is... Oh, the North Star, near the desk. Gotcha. Didn't find anything special on the desk either. If I had to say, there's some marks on the candles instead. Tell me quickly. See the side of this candle, there's a shallow scratch. Into it. Next to it also has one. Two of them have scratches on their sides. Could there be traces left by the murderer? Oh, don't worry, man. We'll figure that out. Last photo. Ah, all of our suspects and the murderer murdered. Well, there's one more suspect, I guess. Stone. And Toby. A small stool placed between the desk and the candle arrangement. Stool is very small with a height of less than 20 centimeters. Windows can only be opened from the inside. The three-storied Savoy restaurant across seems to be very busy. Phonograph. Ooh, nice 3D model. Phonograph was still playing, but it stopped after a short while. It has been about 50 minutes of playing. There's a cafe downstairs in this building, just one floor below. Staff reported continuous opera music from this room, 1:40 to 2:30 p.m. that day. Did they hear any other sounds? No. When police arrived at the scene, the phonograph was playing the Peking Opera 7-Star Lamp. Sure. Edison cylinders had a max run time of 4 minutes? Wait, really? They can only run for 4... Are you saying, like, they were consumed? That the cylinders were, like, a consumable? How did those things work, exactly? Oh, no, they just had a max recording length of 4 minutes? Okay. Like the wax gets worn away and your cylinder ends up entirely smooth. I don't know. I was like... Hmm. "46 minutes long. And they were spring wound, so you had to crank them and wind them and then let them run. Yeah. So for something to actually be 46 minutes long, you'd probably have to crank it for quite a while, huh? And it'd probably be a pretty big-ass cylinder, wouldn't it? Oh boy. It's time for chemistry. Strychnine. You know that there's strychnine in my brother's room? Oh. It certainly looked into this angle. Your brother's autopsy and toxicology tests were done by Joseph, a forensic expert. The signs on the body looked like strychnine poisoning. The test came out negative. What? No toxins. Some new drugs may not be detected. What is the current police speculation about the cause of my brother's body contortion? But yeah, you wouldn't get 60-minute records until the introduction of the LP, the modern 33 1/3 record in the post-war era. Makes sense. So it's a little bit anachronistic. Meh. Let me check my notebook. It has Joseph's theory. Found it. We found a recently healed wound on the victim's foot. If there is rust contamination on the wound, or if he was exposed to germs during experiments, then the possibility of a tetanus infection. Ooh, geez, nasty. If he got a fright or felt intense pain, it might have caused back spasms. Or, if there's stimulation causing back nerve paralysis, it could lead to body contortions. Many possible causes for the body contortion. As for the toxicology test results, they were all negative. It's true. They really did their research for this game, so I'm assuming that the 40 minutes is going to be very important, and that they needed to, that 40 minutes is going to be needed to do a crime in that time period. Right? Chemicals and reagents. Aspirin, procaine, and trichloromethane. Test tubes contained powdered herbal medicines such as Sophora flavescens and Angelica sinensis. Well, I didn't know what most of that was, so... How about you? You look important. Oh, okay. Papers? Stack of oil paper on the table. Each sheet is large and thin. Here we go. Now we're talking. A dismantled kerosene lamp on the table. Several long cotton threads soaked in the kerosene bottle. A small brush inside. Circular outline. What was originally inside this white circle? A roll of Morse code paper strip which we took as evidence. You found it on the ground. I suspect it fell from the Morse code telegraph machine. Does it have any content on it? It's all telegrams from Mr. Bell, Joseph's father. We've checked the contents discussing the development of a certain drug. Nothing suspicious. On the top shelf there are certificates and medals that my brother has received. In the middle, there are some pharmaceutical theory books and lab equipment. On the bottom shelf, there are several wax cylinder records, including Autumn in the Han Palace. Okay. This is the telegraph machine on the table, and there are traces of it being used that day. Morse code paper wheel we found should be fit in the hexagonal area on its tap. Other than that, no other abnormalities. No, I can't mine Palace yet. What haven't I seen yet? feel like I've been pretty thorough in here. I found a lot of evidence. Jeez. Maybe we can talk to Mrs. Cheng. Do you want to know about my personal matters, about your brother's matters, or about the case? You know what? Let's just start at the top. Thank you for understanding. You'd like to ask how long I've been in London? Exactly. I'm from Teochew Canton. I've been here for 13 years. The fog in London, toxic. You can see nothing, smell unpleasantly. Lungs corrupted for living here. No one cares about this terrible environment. The staircase is indeed. My lungs are still all right. The medicine inside is nothing special. They're all tonic herbs. Astragalus, ginseng, goji berries. Okay. Your brother is a polite and knowledgeable, and our 5 elements are a good match. This lady's great. I love her. She knows everything before you ask it. According to the sexagenary cycle, I was born on a Gengian day, and your brother on a Jihai day. Gengian belongs to metal, while Jihai belongs to earth, and earth generates metal. The yin and yang are balanced, mutual generating and driving. If he rents this house from me, both he and I should benefit. However, his year predicts misfortune and a short life. Don't move. Your eyes are bright and lively. Your facial features are well proportioned. Sign of long life. Listen to my advice. Don't hold on to gains and losses. Only trap you in inner demons. This is a flashback, yes. We are 3 years ago in London. Shen's brother was murdered. And it looks like a suicide. But Shen does not think it is a suicide. We do not think it is a suicide. Something is weird about this locked room case. Auntie Cheng is his landlord. What happened that day? That day, I was sitting at the entrance. Brian came back at noon and greeted me. Also, I saw several people following him like ghosts. After your brother came back, they stood opposite side of the street, staring here. Keep an eye on him. Do you know that my brother... It seems he also noticed. His left facial muscle is twitching a bit. Expression looks peculiar, very rigid. At that time, it was approximately around 1 o'clock. I watched him go upstairs and lock himself inside. He didn't come out again. Before the police arrived, I stayed at the entrance the whole time, and no one else went in. Regarding this matter, what do you... I told the police, but they didn't believe me. They even said it was my mistake. The public security here, bad. Someone was monitoring her house. Thank you. Whoop. Doesn't resemble common Chinese herbal medicine. Hmm.
爹爹，孔明灯真的能实现愿
然可以。孔明灯是
Oh, hey,
月亮
an old camera.
为了听到人间心愿。
Looks like a wet plate, maybe?
真的吗？月亮会听到我们的心愿？
会的。你把心愿写在灯上放飞，月亮就知道了。
那我要成为像徐霞客那样的旅行家。哥哥，你的愿望是什么呢？
我的愿望是成为一名侦探。
嗯，哥哥，什么是侦探呀？
侦探也像旅行家一样四处冒险，但他们总能发现别人注意不到的细节。
这么厉害！那我想当侦探旅行家。
好啊，我相信一定会实现的。
孔明灯飞起来了，爹爹，快拍照！
Yeah, if it was a dry plate, then that would be a pretty quick, that would be a pretty quick exposure process, like under a minute. And also, if you were doing it like that, that would also be a pretty feasible photograph to take due to the light source you had right in front of your face. It was taken by my father. Oh, before the incident. Before my brother's diary. The previous pages have been torn off. Only one page remains. This is a dead end. Everything is meaningless, utterly meaningless. Welcome back to the Conan Doyle Book Club. Enjoy the return, Joseph. Brian's dream to become a detective.
I have already checked everything. Please take me to the police station to take a look at the case files.
Aye, bro. We're off then. At the station, you'll need to sign a few papers for me.
Looks like we're done investigating.
二位，
And
接到
Back
太
to
阳
the
铁厂
future.
会办李毅的电报，想拜托你们帮个忙。那李毅是我多年好友，他们铁厂今晨发生了一桩极为诡异的案件。
This morning. Okay.
汉阳，
汉阳铁厂，我早就想去汉阳铁厂看看了。先生，我们接下这桩委托吧，反正也顺路。
好，那我们即刻出发。
Early 20th century. So what, 1900s?
钢铁，工业的起源。吴越春秋中有对干将莫邪炼钢法门的记载。夫神物之化，虚人而成。我本以为那只是古老的传说，但它却在今时重演了。
Oh, hey, Charles. Yeah, this game's kind of... Chapter 3. Some shit happens.
先生快看， 前面就是汉阳
This game's pretty cool.
咱们赶紧进去吧。
You have very good timing. What's up?
二位就是船长引荐的侦探吧？我是汉阳铁厂会办李毅。
在下沈仲平，这是我的助手阿福。烦劳大人，说下这起事件的经过。
All right.
金晨
Incident number
进
3.
入车间的钉浆木不慎坠入钢水包中，
Foreman Ting accidentally fell into the ladle and caused an explosion.
表面听起来就是一起意外事故，是有什么问题吗？
这钉浆木坠入钢水包之时，有2位工人目睹了经过。
2 workers witnessed the entire process.
他们都说钉浆木是凭空出现在平路2层的。
They both claimed that Foreman Ting appeared out of thin air at the second floor furnace area.
凭空出现。
Yeah, I also would like to question that. What does that mean?
正是，没人看到他上去，但眨眼的功夫他就站在那儿了。
No one saw him go up, but in the blink of an eye, he was just standing there.
也因如此，工人间开始流传些怪力乱神之说，弄得人心惶惶。
Rumors of ghosts are beginning to spread amongst the workers.
此事确实颇为蹊跷。
Yeah, okay.
眼下消息已言有外传，再拖一日，恐又会生出许多事端。还望沈先生于今日之内查明情况，以安定人心，恢复生产。
We must continue production.
放心交给我们吧，会办大人，我家先生可是专业的。
那就有劳2位了，本办还有事在身，失陪了。
哎，我还没来得及问具体是什么留言呢。
Yeah.
我们先去事故现场看看吧。
All right. Let's go look at the place of the incident. Your Maya for this game, or you know, your companion is a engineer twink, Afu, who is just obsessed with all this machinery. And hello, Auntie Vu. How are you doing here? Not too hot, I hope. Can you still examine the body after it fell into a furnace? There probably wasn't much to examine. Yeah, what's there to examine? He's all ashes now. I don't have any godlike abilities to help me distinguish a corpse from slag. Even if Auntie was the reincarnation of Song Si, it's still possible. At least you get the point, unlike them. Oh cool, I got a little... Wait, do I get a little... facts somewhere in my facts? Government official and forensic medical scientist from the Southern Song dynasty. Accumulated a remarkable amount of experience in forensic identification. Be lucky to get bone shards, if that. Interesting. Seems like you two are overseeing this matter as well. Do you have any information on the case? Ting Tafeng, he was 45 years old and the foreman of the factory floor. Lots of rumors about the cause of this incident, but most of them can't be taken seriously. He fell from the second floor, so you should go there. No need to waste your time here. Wait, don't tell me. Is this the corpse? If you could separate them, I'll examine the body for you. It seems we'll not be able to obtain any clues at this time. Jesus. So there's a big explosion. No one could approach these stairs for quite a while even after the explosion. Which means there was no time to get rid of evidence. All this place was scorched. The railings on the sides of Outlet 1 are movable. It has the same design as Outlet 2. Jeez. Lime and fluorite. Oh boy! A crown block known as a bridge crane. Type of hoisting equipment. Yeah, these places are terrifying to me, and I don't know if I'd want to work in one. They seem like accident central. Sir? What are you responsible for? Charging the furnace. Charge of opening and closing the outlet. Does charging the furnace mean to add fuel to the furnace? Not fuel, but bulk materials. Oh boy, it's time to learn about engineering or metalworking. If you want the steel to be of high purity, you need to add bulk material. Last night was just a trial production. I didn't ask them to come. It takes 4 hours to purify steel in a furnace, so it's enough for me to handle alone. I was just pulled an all-nighter and was going to rest today, but then the incident happened. Those punks don't have the guts to work, so they're just grabbing onto me and draining me dry. Don't count on it. What kind of person was Ting? He's a stubborn, one-track-minded guy who's not so popular. He's obsessed with steel technology that he'd even forget to pay our wages. Ever since he started worshipping the gods, he became even less human. He even provoked... Provoked what? Never mind. There's no point in talking about this since he's already dead. About the gods? We need to have a comprehensive understanding of him. You think his death is related to that statue? What statue? He must have been possessed to provoke that sort of thing. They all say that it's easy to invite a god, but hard to send one away. If you neglect them, you could be possessed by an evil spirit, or worse, you may get killed. Huh? You still haven't told us what Foreman Ting was worshipping, though. I just can't. It's unspeakable. I advise you both to stay away from the shrine in the office. Okay, what about the incident? Were you working here when the incident occurred? After pulling an all-nighter, the molten steel in furnace number 1 was finally ready. Once the ladle was filled, I checked the quality of the molten steel and closed outlet number 1. After that, I came back, started the autoloader, and started preparing for the next batch. I was shoveling materials into furnace 1, and suddenly I heard a boom. I saw furnace 2 emitting smoke. The molten steel splashed everywhere, and the railings on fire. I thought it was a furnace explosion, but it wasn't. Someone opened the outlet in advance. How could you be so sure that someone else had opened it? The lever was in the buckle, so someone must have done it. Is it possible that you opened it yourself, but then forgot? No. I couldn't have opened up furnace number 2 after I just finished working on furnace number 1. After I finish work on furnace 1, it takes 1 hour to begin work on furnace 2. Is this why you think Foreman Ting pulled the lever himself? I don't know, but it only could have been him, right? Did you see Foreman Ting? No, I didn't see him at all. Actually, I only knew what happened after I heard old Chow and the others talking about the incident. Wasn't old Chow one of the workers who witnessed the incident? Yeah, I heard him say that Ting appeared next to the molten steel outlet out of thin air. Everyone's guessing it was the 5 ghost teleportation magic. All in all, it's strange business. Okay, there's an elevator. Usually locked and only opens when we're transporting minerals. When was the last time minerals were transported up here? Would have been 2 days ago. Okay. How come there's a big sheet of tarpaulin here? Steel scraps preparing for smelted pile under here. Can steel scrap be used as raw material? They're quite rusty. The advantage of the open hearth process. Steel scraps can also be used as raw materials. I wonder how much of this I'm going to be able to retain. So I guess this is furnace number 2 here. And that's furnace number 1 over there. Okay. How many do we have this time? I can't really tell. We'll just take the easy one. Grayish white powder underneath the railing. What is it? Do you know what it is? This is the residue of something that was burnt. Scorch marks on the molten steel outlet shutter are still intact. Interesting. There's a missing railing. Could it be possible that the explosion occurred first and then Ting fell into the molten steel after? The human body contains a lot of water. When water meets molten steel, it will vaporize and its volume will expand 1,000 times. So if a person were to fall into molten steel, it's bound to cause an explosion. So if the explosion occurred first and Ting fell after, there would have been 2 explosions. The workers only saw 1. That guy definitely fell into that thing. That's, What time are we at? About an hour and a half? Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. The lever? You might have to point me to that. I didn't see it, so... Is it on the second floor? Well, I'll take a look at it soon. All right. Thank you for waiting, folks. Hey, as always, thank you for watching today. If you're not already following me, the voice of dog, feel free to do that because it helps me out and I appreciate it. Who else do we need to talk to here? Oh, I didn't check the, Mm-hmm. Okay. Did I miss anything in here? Take the money. All right. What do you do? I supervise the funds. All things related to money here fall under my responsibility. Bookkeeping, managing bills, purchasing of goods and materials, and paying wages. I'm not the one who's in charge of paying the wages. Usually the workers' wages are paid by the foreman directly, but that's why I am doing it. Mr. Lee has instructed me to do so, hoping that this would calm everyone down. Siemens Martin furnace in this incident was very expensive. After the incident, people on the factory floor were terrified, causing production to stagnate. He treated people a bit harshly, so he was not very popular. He was too obsessed with studying metallurgy. I get him. He also worshipped the statue? A German Siemens Martin furnace and ordered Mr. Lee to improve the quality. Wow, there's a lot of facts. Open hearth furnace. Replaced by more advanced steelmaking methods in 1970. It was meant to be a symbol of luck. Chinese teachings and Western teachings. Chinese traditional values for foundation, Western ideology for practical use. He said to make steel in Hanyang, do as the ancient Hanyangers do. Well, I don't get that at all. I regret that I haven't paid more attention, otherwise none of this would have... Oh? Yeah, you know more than you're letting on. When was the last time you saw the foreman? Yesterday evening, right around here. I was busy verifying the account book. He walked into the office and locked himself inside. He was wearing a headcloth. I've never seen him wear one before. He doesn't usually wear one? He thinks it's stuffy, so he rarely wears one. All right, what do you got? Open hearth steelmaking. He hadn't found the knack for it yet, and the quality of the last batch was less than ideal. The hardest part of steel making is removing the phosphorus. Fragmentation easily appears in steel with high phosphorus content. Was it that? Oh. The high quality ores from Day were transported to Japan. We only got lower grade orders. The Bessemer converter we originally had can't remove phosphorus effectively. We spent a large sum of money to import the Siemens Martin furnace from Germany. Yeah, okay. Unable to effectively remove phosphorus, sulfur, and other impurities in steel. Interesting. Where were you when the incident occurred? I was busy entertaining a guest. Not a lot of info from you. Even so, we can't use these. His density is less than molten steel. His body wouldn't sink into the molten steel, but would float on the surface and flow into the tank. So in essence, these are just ordinary steel ingots. So where's the body? In the slag? Then do you think the soul could be in these ingots? I don't know, man. I haven't studied that. Again? I know, soul ingots. Yeah, I'll buy a soul ingot. That's a value add. Hmm. Whoa. What? Oh. It really stresses me out having to help you open these doors. We don't care. We're gonna open the door.
先生，这尊神像虽然平平无奇，但在听了那些流言后再看它，竟然莫名有点瘆得慌，就好像干将爷爷和莫言奶奶在看着我一样。
谁允许你们随便进来的？
谁在说话？
你说呢？
难道是莫言奶奶？
姑娘，不必再装神弄鬼了。
谁装神弄鬼了？
哼，若不是想捉弄人，为什么不开灯？
我刚调查完这里就要离开，是你们自己硬闯进来的。怎么，小弟弟，你被吓到了？
才没有呢！
没被吓到的话，你叫谁奶奶呢？
先生，我们开始调查吧。
调查？调查什么？早上的坠炉事件吗？
对啊，是理会办专门请我们来的哦。
什么？他答应给我独家的呀？你是哪个报的？
记者小姐误会了，在下沈仲平，是一名侦探。这位是我的助手阿福。
原来是查案的侦探啊！误会了，我是沪报的记者文可欣。不过，在这个案子里，侦探先生已经没有什么表现机会了。
啊？什么意思啊？
我就要查明真相了，连明日的头条都拟好了。独家揭秘汉阳铁厂工人跳炉案件始末。
既然如此，文小姐可愿分享你所掌握的线索？
想从我这儿获得消息可以，但要拿对我有用的东西换。
我擅长格致学，先生擅长推理，这可以交换你的消息吗？
格致学好，能帮我的文章补充些理论知识。
All right. What's your deal? Quality problems. There's an opening for a story here. What were you doing at the time of the incident? Thank you. What's the truth? Yeah, likely that's the guest that Lee was entertaining. Need to go to the metal casting platform to get my camera. Ooh, what kind of camera? Let show me. I want to see. I mean, I have to investigate this room first. I also really need to turn on the light in my room. It's getting a little dark. Very dark day. Outside, at least. Okay. Made of rosewood. Holds an incense burner and 2 candlesticks. Jesus. Where is she? No. There's no harm in trying. Do you want the delicious molten steel? No? Okay. Moving on. Wait. Oh boy, the camera, huh? We don't think anything, we just want to get paid. He got what he deserved. Yeah. That guy should have been almost on fire. When we began casting, both molten steel outlets were closed. Yeah, that camera would not do too well in the heat. He's wearing a headcloth. Cool. What are you two still doing here? Sorry. We're just watching. It's cool. Mr. Lee is waiting for you in the office. Progress has been made in the case, so he's asking us to meet up with you. Okay. I should save. And I might have to call it here, because I do have to go do some stuff with my rental and get some things ready for Mag next week. But I might play more of this tomorrow. I like to finish this case quickly so it doesn't stay in my, so it stays in my mind, you know, while it's still in my brain. But this seems like a good place to stop before we get into the accusation phase. You know how it is. So yeah, thank you for watching today, folks. Let's find someone to host over to. Game continues to have interesting cases. Geop. Doing some obscure game roulette. That sounds neat.